We can run it back.
We were totally just recording.
Hey, guaranteed. That's the best part of it, though.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Man, what's up, Gabe? Man, we back, man.
We are.
Gabe Foster, man. We back at it, like bouncing back like a ball off the wall, man.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, man? I appreciate you again.
Of course.
And we probably will cut that out, but I forgot to press record again. But we ran it back, though. Luckily, it was at the beginning and not in the middle of it.
We're good.
Guaranteed.
We're good.
Yes, sir. Man, appreciate you having you back. Hey, those that don't know, he's the one behind the camera, making sure all the audio is right, making sure the clips, the edits, the subtitles, the uploads, all of that, man. So if you need any work, that's your guy right there, man. Holla at him.
Let me know.
Yes, sir. So what's going on, man? We got in school, finishing up for the semester, right?
We just finished up a couple weeks ago. We've been on summer break for about 2 weeks now.
Okay.
So
yes, sir. When does summer ball start? Like camp, essentially.
So we kind of get the summers to be like on our own. So guys will go home, but I mean, obviously I'm one of the more local guys. So local guys will get together every so often and do like 7-on-7 stuff and workouts together. But we get like a strength program that we're on for the summer that we just kind of do on our own.
Okay.
And then we go back at the beginning of August to start fall camp.
Oh, man. That'd be a great idea if you guys went to like a great strength facility with a great strength coach that's played college ball and pro to help you guys get better for the offseason, man. I think I know a place called Grind Time.
Subtle plug.
Yeah, guaranteed. But that's good, though. Okay, so you guys get essentially the summer, not off, but like not mandatory.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Not like actual, with the team type stuff.
Correct.
We get to go home, see our families, and do our thing from there.
Well, let me give you a gem, man. Not mandatory is mandatory, not mandatory. You know what I'm saying? College football. For all you guys that haven't played college football yet, everything that's not mandatory is always mandatory.
Yep.
Just because the coach is not out there and can't, I guess, legally or officially be out there,
Right.
they know when you're not out there or you're not working. So not mandatory is always mandatory.
Yes, sir.
And they know if you haven't been training during camp.
Oh, yeah.
They're
You
gonna
show up
test you.
first week, they're going to know.
Yeah.
They're going to know.
Test you for sure. Guarantee. So what else do you got going on?
Gosh, I mean, this summer, just working. I work at George Fox doing sports marketing. Was actually just there this morning. Our women's golf team is playing in the national tournament right now, and they were doing pretty well, so we were following them pretty close. But, I mean, other than that, like I said, working, getting ready for the season, spending time with my mom, and just kind of unwinding from the school year.
Yeah, that's what's up. I mean, shit, just got finished with the finals and everything, so
Yep.
might as well kind of and those that are in the Northwest, man, we actually starting to see some sunshine out here. So
Yeah, a little bit.
yeah, that's
a little bit.
That's good. You mentioned the golf team, man, the women's golf. What division are you guys?
We're Division III.
So I was just looking online, man. Didn't they have to like cancel it or something like that?
Yeah,
or?
gosh, that's crazy that you saw that. So the way it works is they play 4 rounds.
Yeah.
You play a round every day for 4 days.
Yes.
And so after the first 2 rounds, we were in first place.
Yeah.
And then we had played our 3rd round yesterday, and we were still in first place. And so we were getting ready to go into today as first place. And 60% of the teams had finished their round yesterday. But they ended up canceling the whole 3rd round because the cup placement on one of the holes, so many people were just having trouble with it. Like there was no wind involved, and the ball would just, the greens were messed up on it. So they ended up canceling the whole round. So nothing from yesterday counted. So everybody went back to where they were after day 2 to start today, which was the final round.
How was it like? Because I'm new to golf, man. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? I got the little golf shirt on. Shout out Tiger Woods. Got the little Tiger Woods Nike. But I love it, man. I love golf. And I'm new to it. But it's like, isn't that like it is what it is.
That's what I thought, and it's
You know what I'm
crazy
saying?
that like 60% of the teams had already played their round when they called it. So it was like, I mean, 60% of people had to deal with it. Like
Exactly.
I mean, we still got and whatever teams had to go left. Now we're just gonna cancel the whole round. But it's
And
crazy.
two, though, so it's like, I mean, I've never been in a tournament, right? But I'm assuming that they practice before they do the 4 rounds, right?
Yeah, they have a practice round the day before.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Do they change the pin placement every day, or is it stuck for the 4 days? Or?
I assume it's stuck for the 4 days.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
I
I
can't
mean,
imagine they change it.
I'm just
every day.
like, man, that'd be like, oh, there's too much grass on this side of the field. It didn't get mowed properly. Like what? Like it's just hard.
Yep.
Like yeah, that's shitty. They put it in the terrible spot, and you gotta just you gotta figure it out. But like a couple people made quadruple bogeys or something, and now it's like, oh okay, now let's not count all this.
Right.
It's like, bro, like all 60%.
Everybody else had to deal with
everybody, it. Yeah, and they probably got their shit smacked too, and it's like
we're all in it together. Yeah.
I would be. I don't know. I mean, even if I didn't finish, even if I got killed on the hole, it's like nah. Like it is what it is. You put that thing in the worst spot. It's like you just got to figure it out. Like obviously, you don't want to be on the end of, quadruple bogey or more. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, hey, like. Do I go to the golf course and be like, hey, there's water right here next to the green?
Not going to be able to make this happen.
I don't like that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And like I said, like I don't want to speak on nothing that I'm not like a dude at like that. But it's like, I would have just assumed that like play it as a lies, right?
Right.
Shit like that, right? It's like, oh, I'm sorry that you hit it in the mud or behind a tree. You can't be like, oh, there's this big ass tree here. Everybody hits it behind the tree. Let's not count this round.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you though. Today I just shot an 84 at the reserve, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
A little background in my golf. I started. What is that? Not this past August, but the August before that. Yeah, and I actually. The coaches, we all went out. Atkinson, Leathers, who else too? Probably Matt or something like that. You know what I mean? All the Westview coaches. And we're like, hey, let's go, drink a little beers and talk football and bond.
Yep.
Cool. So then I'm golfing, I'm playing best ball, but I'm doing pretty well. And I'm like, man, like I'm like, I would say like I'm a C+ at anything I try. Except singing and rapping. I'm a F- at singing, and if I tried a little bit better, I put some bars together. I put a cool little bar, 4 bars or something. But so I'm thinking like golf, like right, it's a feel thing. Like I'll figure it out. So I'm golfing pretty well, and I actually got a birdie. Right, they used my drive, they used my approach shot on. Knocked down 10-foot birdie, right? I'm like, oh, I'm hooked. You know what I mean?
I'm hooked. And that's all you needed.
And it's competitive. Like I'm just like a naturally like overly competitive person. So
yeah.
And it was challenging. I liked it. So I was like, all right. I was like, I think that was like late July. And so August was my birthday. And I'm like, on my birthday, I'm gonna do like a full 18. I'm gonna count every stroke, if it goes in the water, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And I was asking one of my dudes that I was training, I was like, what's a good goal for me? And he's like, I mean, if you get under 120, like, I'd be amazed. I'm like, 120? I was like, isn't like par like 72 or something? And they're like, he's like, yeah, like, but that's like professionals. And I'm like, nah, like I'm 120. Like, yeah, like.
Don't disrespect me like that.
Yeah. And I was like, all right. I was like, for the first time, I was like, what is like a good, like, crazy, like savage goal to break? And he's like, shoot. He's like, listen, if you break 100 your first time, like that would be like crazy. And we went. I shot a 99.
There you go.
And I was like,
broke it.
Yeah. and no one believed me, but I mean, obviously, I had Leathers and Atkinson there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I'm for sure hooked. And I'm like, no, I'm about to be good at this thing. And then so just really since August of 20. Yeah, not this past August, but the one before. I've just been locked in. And then I started. This would be started in my second season, and I'm like a bogey player, man. If I shoot for bogey like 90, and then obviously if I break 90, that's really great for me in the 80s, and then but like I keep it under 95. So
that's impressive.
Yeah. Like
how often do you play?
I try to play. I want to go at least once a week.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just like shitty weather out here, right? If it's sunny, I'm going to take advantage of it. Like I went today and yesterday. You know what I mean? And I shot at 84 at Red Tail, which is anybody that's around here, like that's amazing. You know what I mean? Red Tail's hard as hell. But then I just shot at 84 this morning.
Nice. Was it busy out there this morning?
No, it was cool. It was cool. I go early though. You know what I mean? Like I'm going like 7:20 or something.
You play by yourself?
I'll go by myself, but I'll try to check if there's like people already on the tee times, because I don't know. Like I always fear this. This is what I fear. I fear getting a hole in one and no one being there. You know what I mean? That's why I want to golf with somebody.
I can't say that I've ever had that thought cross my mind when I'm getting ready to go play golf, but I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah. I mean, I just like that pressure, the competitiveness, like, and in golf, like, you're competing with. I mean, if you're going it at this, you're competing with the other four or other three, but you're really competing with yourself, right? Like I said, like if I golf me, I'm around 90 or high 80s, right? And typically, if I'm golfing me or golfing pretty good, I could beat majority of the average person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so now I'm competing with myself and like trying to lock in and do that. And it's like so up and down. Yeah. No two shots are the same. It's crazy.
Yeah. Golf's a crazy game.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Break my clubs half the time.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But then it's like, then you got to deal with the mental part, right? Because I mean, to be honest, like everybody's physically fit, I guess, enough to swing a club and move the ball, right? Yeah. But then you gotta like, I've always tried to muscle everything, like I'm beasting, knocking things over, running through things, like aggressive, being explosive, but it's like, it's a skill, you know what I'm saying? It's not even like really a sport, it's a skill. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because like you don't have to be athletic to play it. You don't have to be fit to play it. You know what I mean? You have to be skillful. And so it's like being athletic obviously helps, but if I can't hit the ball, it don't matter how hard I swing or fast I swing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now I've been more technique. And I've never even taken a lesson before. You know what I mean? Self-taught. Like I'm just like
you go out to the range and
no, I barely go to the range, bro. Wow. I just be figuring shit out, bro. Like I'm telling you, like, you know what I mean? Like
C+ at everything.
Yeah, like little shit like that, like pool or bowling or shit like that, bro. Like I don't know. It's just I could just figure shit out. But yeah, man, I love it. I think that's like a great transition to my competitiveness, outside of like football and all that. But and too though, like me, like I'm a shorter, like stockier. I look stiff, and people don't assume that I could be good at golf. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, I can not only like carry 275 on the drive, but I could flop shot it over the green and stick it within 5 yards. Or over the sand trap and stick it with 5. You know what I'm saying? So like I got finesse like that too though. I can. So it's like that's where I'm like, yeah, I can do it all, man. Yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, man. I mean, kind of went off on that, but that's crazy. So is George Fox? I mean, are they gonna take it or what?
When I left work around 11:45 to drive over here, and they were in first place when I left. Yeah. With a couple holes left to play. So
the final round.
Yep.
Okay, so they suspended the third day.
They suspended the third day,
and then they didn't count it, right?
Right. Nothing on the third day counted. Okay. So then to start day 4 today, they went back to wherever you were after day 2.
And then they're gonna do another day.
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, so they're just like, that whole day doesn't count. One more day and it's over.
Right. To my knowledge. I mean, unless they're...
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's just so crazy how they can just do that. Like, nope, we don't count. Bad hole placement.
That's wild. Hopefully they win it.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be like an asterisk if they didn't. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's the tough part. Because I was thinking about that today. I was like, dang, if they end up winning it, then like, you know, everybody's gonna be like,
well, I mean, it's a little different for them because they were leading for 3 days straight.
Yeah,
essentially, right? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, 40% didn't finish, but I mean, they were in the lead for 3 days straight. So it's like, if they do another day and win again, like, come on now.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Like, you gotta chalk that up. If you can just wipe out a whole day because of a pin placement, I'm not trying to hear nothing about George Fox winning the national championship because,
right?
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, no, we won every single day. That's our chip.
Yes, sir.
Guaranteed.
Q&A for you.
Yeah.
Shoot a little bit.
Q&A.
I guess. Gosh. So I'm always behind the camera, so I get to see kind of the questions you ask some of the guys that you have on the podcast.
Yeah.
And one of the questions you always ask them is like, what was your wake your life up moment? And you've touched on that a little bit in a couple different episodes. But what would you say that yours is, and kind of what was your wake your life up moment?
Man, which one? You know what I mean? I think I've had a few, man. I think they're all in stages of your life. But one specific, significant, like, wake your life up moment and life-changing moment was when I graduated high school, man. I graduated high school. I didn't have any scholarship offers. I didn't know anything about college football. I didn't know anything about recruiting. And it was one of those things where I was lost. You know what I mean? I was lost. I just was just like, what do I do? You know, I was under the impression that you just go to the school and you just try out for the school. You know what I mean? I didn't even know how to get into college. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I knew absolutely nothing about the next phase of my life, right? And then so obviously I learned very quickly that you can't just go into a school and go to school there. You know what I mean? You can't just go try out for a college team, right? So I was like, what the hell do I do? And so I was just chilling, man. So from when did we graduate? Probably like May or June. So that whole summer, I was bullshitting. You know what I mean? Like, legit, like, just hanging out, kicking it, doing the summer things. And then it really hit me when fall came, like when football came, right? Because I've been playing football all my life, right? And then that August comes, conditioning camp, right? And then the September comes, football season.
Yep.
So when that August came and I wasn't doing anything, I was like, what's going on? September comes, right? And then all these guys that I played against in high school and all that, they're at Oregon State, they're at Idaho, they're at all these schools playing football. And I was like, and not really being like a hater, but I was like, I'm better than them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or not even like I'm better than them, but like I could play college. If they could play college football, I could play college football, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been killing, and really though, I haven't even tapped into my like true potential. Like, I was out here just like playing. You know what I mean? I didn't know nothing about like locking in and really being great. Like, I was just like, I'm good enough to just be better, faster, quicker, stronger. You know what I'm saying? But it really hit me, you know. So I was working. I was working at Pizza Caboose. Do you remember Pizza Caboose?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's right over there off 185th.
Yeah. Oh, the one by 7-Eleven over there.
Yeah. I think it's Monkey Subs now.
Yeah.
But I was over there working at Pizza Caboose, man. One of my boys from high school, he was working there, and then he just got me a job. And then I just started working, man. And I'm like frying chicken, like potatoes or whatever they call them, like the pizzas. And I'm just like really just working a job, right? And then every weekend, I'd go down to Oregon State, go party with, some of my friends that are going to Oregon State, then come back, work during the week, and just do that. Got caught up in that life cycle, you know what I'm saying? And, it was probably that December time, when shit like start getting, the weather gets bad, you know what I mean? Get that seasonal, just like depression feeling. And I was at a party, man. We was at a party, and it was probably like, 4 a.m. in the morning, bro. It was early in the morning, and I'm sitting on the couch, and everybody's kind of like, just like passed out, like just on, bullshitting, right? And I'm looking around, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing? Like, everybody in this room ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm supposed to be great. I'm supposed to be doing something. I'm supposed to be playing ball. And that was one of the biggest things that kind of replayed in my head was I have an uncle. He was one of Bay Area's best high school athletes, players out there. And he going to Nebraska, when Nebraska was balling, highly recruited. And it just didn't pan out. He just, went this way. You know what I mean? And everybody would always talk about him in the family about like, he's the dude, he was a dude, and he just didn't do it. And it's like, they kind of looked at me like that too. Like, I have an opportunity and I have the ability to do it. And I just let him down. You know what I mean? And then, like I had to take a hard look in the mirror and be like, bro, you're bullshitting.
Yeah.
You're really not doing nothing. And then so I broke down to my mom's, man. Went to my mom's. So I was like, I got to play. I got to go to school. I got to play ball. Like, I got to do something. She's like, all right. And then so actually one of my good friends at the time, he was playing at Santa Rosa Junior College.
Yep.
And so I hit him up and I'm like, hey, what's it like down there? What's good? Like, I need to do something. He's like, yeah. And he's like, they need receivers, this and that. Like, come down. I'm like, cool. Like, me, like, I anything, man. I needed anything, bro. I would have went to anywhere. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to any school. I would have went anywhere just to play. And then, so my mom's and I, like, we had to figure out the school. She's like, do you really want to go to school and want to play? And I'm like, yes. Like, I need this. I need to do this. And so we went to the library because we didn't have, like, no computer. I don't think we had a computer at the time or internet or... So we went to the library. I know we were doing the FAFSA online, trying to figure that out. And then we figured that out. I hit my dude up. I'm like, hey, man, like, I'm coming down. Like, I'm going down to Santa Rosa. You feel me? And I told everybody, and I'm the type of person, like, a lot of people are like, oh, don't tell people what you got going on. Don't tell people your goals because they're going to hate on it or whatever. Like, I'm kind of like the opposite. Like, I need to, like, tell people what I got going on.
Yeah.
Because it holds me accountable. Because if I hold it in or whatever, like, no one knows about it. So it's like, if I don't do it, who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? But if I tell you I'm going to do something, you know me. You're like, oh, yeah, whatever Ig does or whatever Aaron does or says, he's going to do. So it's like when I tell people something, like, I do that to hold myself accountable.
Yeah.
So once I've made that decision that I'm going to go down there, I told anybody and everybody, where you going? And that's really, like, a backtrack a little bit. That was embarrassing as well, too. I mean, that's what really kind of checked me, too, because, like, I be in this area and, I mean, that's right. That's Westview area. Sunset area, and everybody would see me. What you like? What are you doing? Are you going anywhere? Where you going to school? I'm like, nah, I'm working at Pizza Caboose, dude. Like, how embarrassing is that, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, that was kind of like a shot to the ego and my pride. So like, I had to like tighten up. So then I felt so good about myself when people would ask me, what you got going? What are you doing? Are you playing? I'm going to Santa Rosa. I'm going to go play ball down there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt so proud about myself and happy about it. So I was like, I'm locked in.
Yeah.
And it gave me something to, like, look forward to, work for, like a goal, right?
Yeah.
So, just going down there. And here's my next wake your life for a moment. You know what I'm saying? I go down there. Like, I tell my boy that, like, hey, I'm coming down. He's like, man, I don't know if it's right for me. Like, I'm coming back home. I'm like, what? Like, bruh.
Right as you get down there?
Yeah. Like, as I'm going down there, I'm like, bruh, like, I'm going down there. Like, I know you. Like, what's up? Like, I wouldn't know Santa Rosa if I didn't know you was down there. But I was like, nope, I already told everybody. You feel me? So I'm there. My grandmother lives in Oakland, or like Berkeley area. So we flew down to Oakland. We drove up to Santa Rosa. I visited the school and, talked to the coaches, showed them my little highlight tape on the VHS.
Yep.
And they're like, yeah, you can play here. I'm like, cool. We flew back that weekend. So we drew, I think that was like a Wednesday, like a Tuesday or Wednesday. We flew back that Saturday. Me and my mom's, we rented a SUV, packed everything I had, and we drove down to California. I was like, I'm out of here. So we drove down there, moved into the little apartments, and then just meeting everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just meeting everybody, trying to figure it out. And then I wasn't in shape, man. You know what I mean? I was not in shape. Like I started working out and training a little bit more when I said I was going to go down there, but I wasn't ready. You know what I mean? And then we did our first conditioning, man. We probably did like 200s, 150s. Then we went to 100s. I was like, and me, I'm not really a 200 runner anyways. I got short legs, my guy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, I'm trying to impress people. I'm trying to look right.
Right.
I'm striking out. Boom. We get down to I think we did a few 2s, 150s, and we get down to the 100s, and I'm cooked. Like, I'm cooked. Like, I'm like, whoa, this is different. And then I hear the coach. He's like, all the fast people to the front, the first heat. I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, this
just like you used to tell us back in the day at Westview.
Remember? And that's why I say that. I was like, I want all the fast people in the front, right? For one, obviously, it builds your confidence, like who you think is fast, right? Two, you know what I'm saying? Now who's my competitors? Because even if you don't think you're the fastest and you hop into that shows me you're a competitor, and I can fuck with that, right? They said that. Come on. I'm a competitor, right? And I feel like I'm fast. I'm gassed, but I'm fast. You feel me? So I'm out there. I'm lining up. Boom. We get out there. I'm cool. We walk back. I'm like, oh, I'm talking to myself. I'm having big conversations like, bruh, make it through. Like, stop.
Just come on.
Yeah, like, you're looking bad right now. Tighten up. Walking back. Boom. We do another one. Boom. I don't even know how many we do. I got through. We got through of it. I was getting cooked, though, but we got through, and all I feel is my lungs. My lungs is tight, like lock up, booty lock, everything. I'm dizzy, like I'm trying to keep it together. And this is my first experience with the whole team. You feel me? So it's like I'm trying to look like a sucker. Like,
right, you got to prove yourself.
Yeah. So we go into we had conditioning, and then we had meetings. So we're sitting in the meeting room, and I'm like this. I'm knocked. Boom. One of the players like kicked my seat. Like, oh, he's like, oh, good look. Like, I could not pull it together, man. I'm like, boom. I'm locking in. We get out the meeting, right? And so then we go to the weight room. We walking into the weight room, and the head coach, he goes, Woods, come here. I'm like, what's up, coach? He's like, if you ever fall asleep at my meeting, I'll kick you off the team. I was like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? And everybody knows. Anybody that was in Santa Rosa at that time, Coach Simons, man, great coach. He was the personality-wise and people person, that wasn't it. You know what I mean? You respected him because you almost kind of feared him, but it was I was like, oh, shit. So this is my first experience with the team, first conditioning, and this is what the coach tells me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, bro. Lock in. So lucky, like, I'm strong. You know what I mean? And I was pretty light. I was probably under 170, probably like 170-ish, maybe. But I could bench a lot. I could squat a lot. So, that helped me. They're like, oh shit, this guy can lift a little bit. So it was cool. But then it was crazy, man. We would participate in, extracurricular activities. You know what I'm saying? And then so at that moment I was like, bro, I can't do nothing, bro. I gotta stop all of it, until I get right. And then you just lose the urge. You get more addicted to training and getting better than falling susceptible to, this outside stuff, So that kind of woke me up, and I was like, wow, college football, right? College football, life experience, and then, and then just kind of fell into place after that, man.
Yeah. Cool. Well, next question.
Yes, sir.
Grind time. Strength coach. Why do you do what you do?
I would say the main reason why I do what I do is because I wish I had a me
Yeah.
growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like I needed me or someone like me to mentor me, to look after me, to relate to me, to motivate me. You know what I'm saying? To believe in me. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why that's the number one reason, right? I'm an underdog. I've always been an underdog. And so I have that underdog mentality, you know what I mean? And I see a lot of these kids out here, they're underdogs. They're under the underdogs. You know what I mean? But like I'm pretty good at seeing the potential. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think I'm pretty good at like pulling that little bit, squeezing that little bit out
Yeah.
and maximizing it. You know what I'm saying? I wish that I wish somebody would have just taken me under their wing and kind of just guided me to my potential, right? I feel like that, and it's not a regret, and it's not like I lost out because it's life, and this is my path, right?
Yeah.
But I know that I took a hard, long route to where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? And I know that it doesn't have to be that way. And so that I try to give the playbook to you guys, the youth. You know what I mean? I see a kid that's like, hey, I want to play college football. I'm like, I got you, right? And I know how to do it an easier way than I had to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And two, though, there's so much more than just the football, right?
Yeah.
It's building the confidence, man. You know what I'm saying? Building the confidence, building the self-esteem. You're just a better person. You know, you're a better person when you're training. You know what I mean? And so it's like you see a kid that's, malnourished, you know what I mean, not confident in themselves, and then they start touching weights. You see their shirt always off, looking in the mirror. They could talk to people a little bit better. They're more sociable. They focus more in school. They're more enjoyable to be around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you're just more successful. You know what I mean? There's too much out there. And I see a lot of the kids that, single parents, because, that's kind of like, that's exactly what I grew up. My mom was a savage, but it was like, it was her raising 3 kids, 2 little jerks and my brother, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, when I see that, it pulls on my heartstrings, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what that feels like. You know what I mean? As a kid, I didn't understand, but like as a grown up and an adult, especially with kids now, it's hard. You got a parent that's trying to give everything for their kids and do everything for their kids for them to be successful, but they just can't do it alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like the single parent, typically the single mother, like it's hard to relate to a young man. You know what I mean? Like my mother, I think she did a outstanding job, raising me. But I see it in these, especially like when I started coaching, you get these young men, it's like you could tell they ain't got no daddy in their life. You can like instantly. I was like, the reason why you are who you are and why you act the way you act is because you don't got no dad or no male figure in your life. You know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like I can use grind time and strength training to kind of be that mentor, to be that guy, to kind of relate to these kids and be there for them. You know what I mean? I think that's what a lot of the kids are missing. And really though, it's really just the belief, man. It's the belief. Like a lot of the kids don't believe in themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they've never heard nobody said that they believe in. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I always thought I was good at football, and I was like, oh, I could play college football. But one of our coaches, he was a D lineman coach at Sunset High School, Coach Taps. never coached me, right? He's the D line, right? Poly dude, and I want to I thank him to this day. I remember coming out the field. It was my senior year. It was a last practice before we played our last playoff game, and he goes, "Woods." I'm like, "What's up, coach?" He's like, "I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what any of these coaches think. I don't care what anybody thinks." He's like, "You could play college football." And I looked at him like, damn. Like, I just never heard that.
Nobody's ever said that.
No one's ever said that to me. You know what I mean? And like it really didn't hit me at that time. I was like, damn, I appreciate that, coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, good look. But then, like, looking back at it, I'm like, bro, like, that was the only person that ever said that. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of, like, solidified what I already kind of thought. Like, I felt like I could play college football. But, like, that solidified it. If I would have heard it earlier, right? And then, obviously, having the guidance of, like, hey, you got to put the work in. Yeah. Right? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Right. And so, like, I see that opportunity, and I take advantage of the opportunity. I see a kid that needs that guidance, that needs that help, that needs that encouragement, and I give it to him. Yeah. Right? But what I also do is hold them accountable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to just give you, like, oh, you have the ability to play, and then just, right? No, you have that, right? Yeah, and it's really up to the player too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I could tell you, like, man, you could play college ball. You know what I mean? You're like, all right, cool. They
told me I could play college ball. So
exactly. Like, it ain't gonna just happen like that. But then it's like the extra part is like, hey, if you believe in it and I believe in it, then it's your job to hold yourself accountable, right? Yeah. And as me, as a coach, mentor, whatever, it's my job to hold you accountable. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I mean, I think that's the main reason why I do what I do. I mean, I love this. I love developing kids. I love developing people, right? I think that this is the easiest way to change someone's life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think that through strength training and through grind time is the easiest way to change someone's life. You know what I mean? Like, you could talk, like, I'm not just a strength coach, I'm a therapist, I'm a big bro, I'm an uncle, I'm a dad, I'm a stepdad, I'm a mentor, you know what I mean? I'm all those. Yeah. And that's okay, you know what I'm saying? And as throughout my career of strength training, like, I've learned, like, this is part of my job. If you want to be a successful, legit, strength trainer, like, it's not if you any program, if the kid or anybody comes into your program and just follows some basic things, they're going to get stronger. You know what I'm saying? If they're not doing nothing and they go through a basic program, they're going to get stronger. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool, right? Good ones, kind of teach a little bit. But I think the greats and the excellent ones, they change lives. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's my mission too, is like the savage, not average, right? Maximizing the potential. You know what I mean? Like, I always say, like, I'm trying to turn the doo-doos into dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're an all right player, I'm trying to make you good. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you're a good player, I'm trying to make you great. Right? And if you're great, right, it's not my job to babysit you. It's to squeeze that excellence out. You know what I'm saying? Get that last little bit. You know what I mean? Our young guy, Darius, right? He gets a full ride to Michigan. He plays as a freshman, the top 2 team in the country, number 2 team in the country, right? And I'm on him probably more than everybody else, right? Because he wants to be excellent. So it's like, when he runs a good route, that's a good route. He's probably going to get open. But could you got more open? Can you cut the ball and then got more yak or scored a touchdown instead of catching the ball and getting tackled? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's my job. Even my NFL guys, they be getting on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, you're nitpicking. Like, yes, exactly. I am. Because you guys are the elite, right? And then now it's like, okay, you're the elite because you're in the NFL. I want to make you the elite of the elite. Yeah. So when you're looking down on your route, instead of looking straight and not selling it, right? When you high hat, low hat, you know what I'm saying? When you don't look the ball in all the way. Sure, you caught it once like this, but you're more susceptible to drop the ball if you look away instead of looking the ball in. You know what I'm saying? So I think the greats really pay attention to the details and hold their athletes accountable.
So you kind of touched on it a little bit, but if you could give advice to your younger self when you were in high school trying to figure it all out, what advice would you give to the younger guys now who are like you were trying to figure it out, don't know how it works, what they want to do, What advice would you give them?
Find someone that's doing what you want to do and stick on their hip. Mm-hmm. Find some, like, if you want to play college football, look who's playing college football currently.
Right.
What are they doing? Right? Mm-hmm. And then try to be better than that. If you want to be a fucking heart surgeon, I'm looking for people that are studying to be heart surgeons.
Yeah.
Or that are currently doing it. Right? I think people get caught up in the social media and the hoopla and the this and that. I want somebody that's currently doing it, that can show me how to do it.
Yeah.
Or that's done it at a high level. Mm-hmm. Right? You know, so my younger self, I want to play college football, right? If that's what I really wanted to do, I need to put the effort into finding somebody that's playing college football, right? And then asking them questions, picking their brain. Can I work out with you? Can I go? Can I work? You know, can I go onto the field? Can I do all this? You know what I mean? And what's the worst they can say? Like, nah. Okay, cool. Who else is playing college?
Right, next.
You know what I'm saying? There's another person that's playing college football. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I use that. I mean, but that goes to any field, right? Mm-hmm. If you want to be a media, you know, social media marketing. If you want to be into podcasts, if you want to be into editing, like, go find someone that's currently doing it and go shadow them. Mm-hmm. You know, people like, I want to be a strength coach. Okay, come here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come get this experience. Theory is good, right? Knowing the knowledge, reading the books. But I think experience is better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you put them together, it's great. But it's like, I think you learn more from experience.
Hands-on.
Hands-on. I mean, if you want to be a strength coach, right? You could literally read everybody. This is the thing. When you want something, anybody can get certified, but not everybody's qualified. You like that? Anybody can get certified, but not everybody's qualified. So in my field, you can go get certified to be a strength coach. I can go get certified to be a strength coach. This person over here can get certified to be a strength coach. They read the books, they take the little test, and they get the piece of paper. But that doesn't make them qualified. Right. Because then when you go in, you know what I'm saying, when they step into these deep waters and they got 20 kids with 20 different personalities and they're all got their own agenda, how are you going to organize that? How are you going to structure this program? How are you going to adjust to different athletes, different abilities? Yeah. Right? And it's not even just that. They don't teach you how to be a people person in those books as a strength coach. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, like I said, bro, I'm not like... I could take anybody through a program, but it's like, how are you going to retain these clients? How are you going to get the most out of them? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They don't teach you all that stuff in there. You get that from experience. Mm-hmm. Now, you got to know what you're talking about, and you got to get certified, right? But if you want to get qualified, you know, if you want to be qualified, you got to go put your hands on, and do it. So, I mean, for anybody, for my younger self, you know, if I want to be qualified to go play college football, you know, go look for somebody that's doing it. All the young guys that came up and saw Darius do it. How did this kid my age on my Pop Warner team, and maybe I was better than him, go to play on the number 2 team in the country and being one of the highest recruiting athletes out of the state of Oregon? Mm-hmm. How? What did he do? What does he do on the weekends? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What does he eat? You know what I'm saying? Like, ask those questions. It's not even just I always use sports because it's obviously that's easy to relate for me, right? And it's easy to relate to the audience. But it's like, if I want to be an interior designer, you know what I'm saying? Like, go find somebody that's currently doing it and go shadow them. Yeah. Say, I'll work for you for free. Mm-hmm. I'll move the furniture. You know what I'm saying? I'll get your books, right? Because there's so much more than just what you see and what you want to do that you got to do outside of that. You know what I'm saying? That actually makes that happen. You know what I mean? Because like when you're like, what is your major specifically?
Business admin with a concentration in marketing.
Okay, so I mean, like what specifically do you want to do?
Sports marketing.
Sports marketing. Okay, so I would suggest you go find the specific job that you want to do and go shadow. Yeah. And be like, hey, What do you need from me? I'll trade, because you don't have the experience, right? And you don't have so you don't have the money, you know what I'm saying, to like go pay for different things, right? So it's like, what do you have? You have your time. I'm trading my time for your experience. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what's the job that I want to do. You know the career. You've been in it. You know all the gems. It's like I'm trading my time.
Right.
That's all I have for you. And my time is, hey, I'll do your books. I'll set the whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now it's like, how much more and how faster do you excel your learning by being in the trenches? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
While you're getting certified with, obviously your education and everything.
Yeah.
But that's the number one thing, man, is go find somebody in your field and attach to their hip.
Yep. Like you said before, surround yourself with those people.
Hey, surround yourself by greatness, man. Surround
Yes,
yourself by the people that are doing the same things.
Yes, sir.
Man, thank you, Gabe, man. I appreciate you coming out.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you coming on this side of the camera, man, and kind of asking these questions, man. It's always good to, have everybody kind of understand everybody's point of view.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And definitely, obviously, what they say, like, subscribe, follow.
All the above.
All the above, all the above, man. And then, like I said, if you need any work from my guy right here, man, he does it all. Editing, film. Give him the experience, man. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Holler.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
You. Yes, sir. Hey.
Dress it up and make it real.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir, man.